the benefits of using oils for yourself. Today I'm just going to introduce myself, because over the coming weeks I'm going to have visitors on the show, and if you want to come along the show and just experience some of the oils, please give us a ring or go to my website, which will be shown later on. And I started my career as a holistic healer, and when I was doing my healing I looked for something else which I could use, and I came across doTERRA. These are the oils here, and I used them because they're 100% natural, and I know that I can use these oils in the knowledge that they're the most purest oils that you can get in the market. I offer Rouhani healing and Reiki healing, and in November I'm going to be doing another course for massage where I'm going to be incorporating these oils, so you'll also have the benefit of me being able to give you a massage using the doTERRA essential oils. What is an essential oil, you might be asking yourself? Well, they're aromatic compound, and this is where the oil is extracted from the plant, and it takes it from the stem, the bark, the leaf, and the plant, and the flower. And because it's so pure, that it's 50 to 70% much stronger than the herb, so it's perfect to use as for healing and well-being. And because the plant has its own immune system, that means that can help us, because when we use essential oils to help us with our health, you're helping to maintain your immune system, and that's why the plants come in naturally, because they've got their own internal immune system which protects them from insects, disease, fungus, and the weather. Why doTERRA? Well, I chose doTERRA because I'm confident that they pride themselves on the potency of their oils, that these oils are 100% pure and natural. And as a member of the public, at this moment in time, you can buy essential oils from any source. There's no regulation out there, so you'll never know whether your oils that you're buying is 100% natural. Anybody can sell oils, they can put a label on it, but there's not guarantee that does not contain contaminants and pesticides. So with doTERRA, each bottle has a reference number in the bottom of it, so you can then track where this oil has come from and how its journey to this bottle. And that's how I know it's a pure oil, and that's why I like doTERRA, because they've got nothing to hide. They know their oils are 100% pure, and if you have an oil which is 100% pure, you know it's going to work for you and it's going to be safe for you to use. And that's where my educational classes over the next coming weeks will introduce you to the oils. We'll go through them 3 at a time, and then I'll also tell you how you can use them safely and incorporate them into your homes. doTERRA also use CPTG. These oils are certified. It's like their kite mark. And what it means is that the oils are grown in the best country in the world in a natural habitat. So that means it's not grown in a greenhouse, because if you're growing a plant in a greenhouse, it's not growing in a natural environment, so you're not going to get the best from it. So they're grown from all over the world, and we'll be going through, when we go through the oils in the future, I will be telling you where they've been sourced. And once the oils are extracted, they are then sent for testing. There are 5 tests that are done internally by doTERRA, and then they send it outsource it, and it gets another 10 different organizations testing it independently. So I'm confident these oils are the purest oils that you can get, and as a customer, then you can guarantee as well, you'll be safe in the knowledge that these oils are pure. And all I can say is that if you're going to get the oils, you get them direct from doTERRA, because there are organizations out there that are selling these oils, and individuals, but you don't know whether they've tampered with it. And with the certification, the other thing they offer is co-impact sourcing, where we worked with some of the farmers in the poorest countries in the world, and we give them something back. We help these farmers to earn a living, and they help us to grow the plants and the herbs in this best environment, and we give them a fair wage, which is what I like about doTERRA. We're a sharing company. I'm passionate about the oils. I want to share them with you, and I know some of the money that's raised goes to help these farmers and these individuals in their natural habitat, and in these third world countries we give something back. So what we're going to do is, over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to go through these oils. We're going to do 3 at a time, and this is like your medicine cabinet. So by the time we've come to the end of the oils, you'll know how you can incorporate this into your daily lives, so it will help you to maintain your health and well-being for yourself and your family. You can use it on pets, you can use it on elderly people, and you can also use it on your children, and I'm going to be telling you how you can do that. So for today, this is Michelle Meredith from the Toro Essential Oils, introducing you to my way of living, which is using the oils for health and well-being, and I look forward to meeting you all sometime in the near future. You're quite welcome to come in and be my guest. Thank you for listening, and see you soon.
practicing my riffs on my guitar, and I found this really cool recording device. That was good. This is the Record and Learn. It's a re-recordable device that has been helping me to practice all my instruments. It is a really quick and easy way to capture the moment live, ensuring nothing is missed. Not quite perfect, but through the repeated use, I'll get there in time.
I'm the Managing Director of Asian Export and Import Limited. My wife is a co-shareholder and we are very happy to be sponsoring and supporting Adrian Lane with the Yellow Butterfly Project. We came across her at a business conference in Bristol, sat next to her, started talking during the coffee break, and we immediately recognised that she's a force to be reckoned with, has great potential as a business person, but mainly has formed a fantastic idea to help the community, especially those underprivileged people who have learning difficulties, reading difficulties. And that is why we have decided to become involved with the project, and we are very, very happy to do so.
My name is Lorna. I'm the Chinese tutor, and I have the website called the Chinese Tuition. And I have been used these two products. One is called Voice Letter, and the other called Record and Learn during my lessons. And the Voice Letter I use for the little ones, about 2 to 3 years old. During the lesson, I give them the pronunciation and the tones. As you know, learning Chinese is very difficult. But after the lesson, and they don't have any choice or opportunity to correct their pronunciation, so I use Voice Letter to record what we learn during the lesson. So during between the next lesson, and then so they can play and listen, and the parents like it. 喝一点儿，拿2杯茶吧。什么茶？绿茶。喝一点儿，停，可乐。So the students can play all the time until the next lesson so they can get proper pronunciation and the tones. Thank you.
Yeah. everybody. Hi, I'm Trini, and this is.
My name's Jamal.
And then, so we're like a part of the team working with 4 Hour People TV. 4 Hour People TV is FOR People TV. It's a community YouTube channel. And the reason why we're doing this community YouTube channel is because, one, mainstream isn't letting a lot of us in. 2, there's so much goodness happening within the community that we need to share with the community. And
yeah, it's a positive space, you know, people to come forward with a range of different materials, and yeah, kind of promote yourself, and at the same time kind of you're uplifting the community as well, because you're putting out good content, and yeah, it's a platform, you know, to kind of promote yourself and do good things.
yeah, so if you've got a story that you want to tell, especially the elders, if you've got a job that you're looking for employees for, if you've got workshops that you want to share, especially do workshops with children, we're looking for presenters for a series of segment ideas that we've got. If you've got music, you know, new music, unsigned music, we'd love to hear from you. And yeah, we'll be here. This is our first day, and so we're just going through. I know it might have a bit of technical glitches and stuff. Just bear with us. We'll sort it out as the weeks go by. By God's grace, we're here to stay, and you know, we look forward to hearing from the community.
Definitely, it's new and it's fresh, hopefully, so it's exciting. That means kind of there's not too much rigid structures on what we're trying to do. So you know, if you believe in what you're doing, come down, you know, have a chat here, and yeah, promote yourself, like I'm saying, and yeah, it's an inclusive notion of community we're looking to put out there, and kind of yeah, just give a platform for those who, if you feel like you're not getting a platform in your day-by-day life or in other avenues.
Yeah, food, fashion, music. If you take your neighbor to the shop, we want to know about you. We want to know about the community legends, people who help people, you know, survive and thrive in their everyday life, especially in this time of all these major cuts that we're experiencing. I think we're kind of going back to the
point, like especially now, times like this now, the more that central government or whatever takes away from certain services, the more there is a need for kind of community grassroots initiatives to kind of plug that gap. It becomes more important. So you know, we're hoping to be kind of along those lines, helping on that front.
Yeah, definitely. And then so yeah, so we're new at this. We're just doing it from our heart and for the love of the community, and so we're just building. So just bear with us. Thank you. And then so if you want to get in contact with us, the telephone number is 0785-989-0680. That's 07-859-89-0680.
And we've got the Gmail as well if you want to send in content. That's 4rpeopletv@gmail.com.
So if you've got like any family good news that you want to tell us about, if you've got any like events happening in the community that you want to share with us, anything good, goodness and light to uplift the economical development and growth of our community. If you could cook, if you could do fashion, anything, please get in contact with us. And we'll be right back after this little break. Thank you.
That's it.
Bye.
Director of Asian Export and Import Limited. My wife is a co-shareholder, and we are very happy to be sponsoring and supporting Adrian Lane with the Yellow Butterfly Project. We came across her at a business conference in Bristol, sat next to her, started talking during the coffee break, and we immediately recognised that she's a force to be reckoned with, has great potential as a business person, but mainly has formed a fantastic idea to help the community, especially those underprivileged people who have learning difficulties, reading difficulties. And that is why we have decided to become involved with the project, and we are very, very happy to do so.
My name is Lorna. I'm the Chinese tutor, and I have the website called the Chinese Tuition. And I have been used these two products. One is called Voice Letter, and the other called Record and Learn during my lessons. And the Voice Letter I use for the little ones, about 2 to 3 years old. During the lesson, I give them the pronunciation and the tones. As you know, learning Chinese is very difficult. But after the lesson, and they don't have any choice or opportunity to correct their pronunciation, so I use Voice Letter to record what we learned during the lesson. So during between the next lesson, and then so they can play and listen, and the parents like it. 喝一点儿，给他2杯茶吧。什么茶？绿茶。喝一点儿，瓶可乐。So the students can play all the time until the next lesson, so they can get proper pronunciation and the tones. Thank you.
and I found this really cool recording device. That was good. This is the Record and Learn. It's a re-recordable device that has been helping me to practice all my instruments. It is a really quick and easy way to capture the moment live, ensuring nothing is missed. Not quite perfect, but through the repeated use, I'll get there in time.
John Brooks. I'm the Managing Director of Asian Export and Import Limited. My wife is a co-shareholder and we are very happy to be sponsoring and supporting Adrian Lane with the Yellow Butterfly Project. We came across her at a business conference in Bristol, sat next to her, started talking during the coffee break, and we immediately recognised that she's a force to be reckoned with, has great potential as a business person, but mainly has formed a fantastic idea to help the community, especially those underprivileged people who have learning difficulties, reading difficulties. And that is why we have decided to become involved with the project. And we are very, very happy to do so.
My name is Lorna. I'm the Chinese tutor and I have the website called the Chinese Tuition. And I have been using these two products. One is called Voice Letter and the other called Record and Learn during my lessons. And the Voice Letter I use for the little ones, about 2 to 3 years old. During the lesson, I give them the pronunciation and the tones. As you know, learning Chinese is very difficult. But after the lesson, and they don't have any choice or opportunity to correct their pronunciation, so I use Voice Letter to record what we learn during the lesson. So during between the next lesson, and then so they can play and listen, and the parents like it. 喝一点儿，拿2杯茶吧。什么茶？绿茶。喝一点儿，瓶可乐。So the students can play all the time until the next lesson, so they can get proper pronunciation and the tones. Thank you.
things, community TV for our people. Yeah, man. Respect you guys, yeah, if you're tuning in and you're going to be supporting this, yeah, because it's big things, big community things, yeah. It's all about the networking, coming together, supporting each other, yeah, and yeah, just bringing through the talent, whether you're a presenter or whatever. Anyway, yeah, I'm Sean Clark. I'm part of Urban Word Collective, and yeah, basically we've been producing Lyrically Justified, and on the live thing we do a thing called Lyrically Justified Speaks Volumes, whereby we feature some of the poets who have contributed to these anthologies. These anthologies are basically diverse, all about diversity. We've got quite a few Bristol poets involved in this, young, old, different demographics, perspectives, and you know, basically it's about coming together, standing side by side, and it's representative in that respect, you know, different cultures and what have you, and it's basically UK based contributors as well. So yeah, when we do the live thing, we've got our own formula, we're developing our own brand, I like to think, and just being here and potentially being involved with For Our People TV is big things for us as well. At the end of the day, you know, we're talking about live, but potentially we could be, you know, a part of this and express ourselves and do our thing, yeah, in terms of like just bringing through all the different flavors, the different styles, the different perspectives, the different conversations, you know. I mean, these poets, they're very impactful and just, yeah, very interesting people, experienced obviously, you know, and we're here as a platform to basically, yeah, give them the opportunity to do their thing and make a contribution to the world, in my opinion. I'm just gonna, so I compiled these, and I do poetry as well. I haven't done as much live poetry as I used to do, because I've had somebody has to basically focus on certain jobs, and I've been more of an engine room guy recently. So you know, that's in order to help, you know, keep the wheels moving and, you know, keep everything running smoothly, and yeah, and help establish the platform really for people to stand on, you know. So that's how I believe this has happened, because I recognise that fact. I've had to humble myself, you know. So I'm just going to read the back of this book, some of the blurb. So we've got cultural and racial diversity remain essential to this riveting urban poetry collection, which features some of the best UK emerging talent with over 40 contributors. Join with the poets as they write about the many issues facing humanity, challenging social injustice while provoking action. The book is an inspiring offer for change. And here's a quote: "A dazzling sky of nationhood." That was from Peter Kalu. He's the artistic director of Common Word Culture World, based in Manchester. And we also have here, Lyrically Justified plays a significant part in the evolution of new writers, poets and artists. A worthy book of some of the best words on paper. That's from Kevin Filimone, BBC. And then finally, a platform to the promising voices of a game-changing generation, which takes us on a journey to explore what humanity could be. Every word leaves the lasting taste of tomorrow. A powerful and poignant read. Charlotte Maxwell, Culture Word. And yeah, and it was published by Artbound, who are a Bristol-based social enterprise publisher. So yeah, as I say, we hope to be a big part of this. I hope to bring through a lot of the different poets, and we hope to talk to them. I think there's some of the people here are going to turn out to be great presenters, and yeah, hopefully in the very near future, even on a live stream, you're going to witness some of these people and get a chance to experience them, yeah, and in future, hopefully, continue to support them too, yeah, and yeah, it's for you to, if you see an opportunity for yourself, get involved, yeah, the door's open, and it's all about, you know, making a contribution if you can. So hopefully I will catch you up real soon. Big up yourselves, big up For Our People TV. Respect.
Director of Asian Export and Import Limited. My wife is a co-shareholder, and we are very happy to be sponsoring and supporting Adrian Lane with the Yellow Butterfly Project. We came across her at a business conference in Bristol, sat next to her, started talking during the coffee break, and we immediately recognised that she's a force to be reckoned with, has great potential as a business person, but mainly has formed a fantastic idea to help the community, especially those underprivileged people who have learning difficulties, reading difficulties. And that is why we have decided to become involved with the project, and we are very, very happy to do so.
My name is Lorna. I'm the Chinese tutor, and I have the website called the Chinese Tuition. And I have been used these two products. One is called Voice Letter, and the other called Record and Learn during my lessons. And the Voice Letter I use for the little ones, about 2 to 3 years old. During the lesson, I give them the pronunciation and the tones. As you know, learning Chinese is very difficult. But after the lesson, and they don't have any choice or opportunity to correct their pronunciation, so I use Voice Letter to record what we learned during the lesson. So during between the next lesson, and then so they can play and listen, and the parents like it. 喝一点儿，拿2杯茶吧。什么茶？绿茶。喝一点儿，停，可乐。So the students can play all the time until the next lesson, so they can get proper pronunciation and the tones. Thank you.
I love practicing my riffs on my guitar, and I found this really cool recording device. That was good. This is the Record and Learn. It's a re-recordable device that has been helping me to practice all my instruments. It is a really quick and easy way to capture the moment live, ensuring nothing is missed. Not quite perfect, but through the repeated use, I'll get there in time.
Alex. I'm the Managing Director of Asian Export and Import Limited. My wife is a co-shareholder, and we are very happy to be sponsoring and supporting Adrian Lane with the Yellow Butterfly Project. We came across her at a business conference in Bristol, sat next to her, started talking during the coffee break, and we immediately recognised that she's a force to be reckoned with, has great potential as a business person, but mainly has formed a fantastic idea to help the community, especially those underprivileged people who have learning difficulties, reading difficulties. And that is why we have decided to become involved with the project. And we are very, very happy to do so.
My name is Lorna. I'm the Chinese tutor, and I have the website called the Chinese Tuition. And I have been used these two products. One is called Voice Letter, and the other called Record and Learn during my lessons. And the Voice Letter I use for the little ones, about 2 to 3 years old. During the lesson, I give them the pronunciation and the tones. As you know, learning Chinese is very difficult. But after the lesson, and they don't have any choice or opportunity to correct their pronunciation, so I use Voice Letter to record what we learned during the lesson. So during between the next lesson, and then so they can play and listen, and the parents like it. 喝一点儿，比他2杯茶吧。什么茶？绿茶。喝一点儿，瓶可乐。So the students can play all the time until the next lesson, so they can get proper pronunciation and the tones. Thank you.
my name is Michael Earl, and I'm presenting a little slot called Always Take Your Lunch Break, which is the emotional health and awareness raising for people through our community. So I'm just going to be giving you a few facts today about emotional health and well-being. One of the things I'm going to talk to you about is the 5 ways of well-being, which are connecting, learning, active, notice and giving. Okay, so they're the 5 ways of well-being. Hopefully over the weeks we're going to be exploring those different sections one by one, and hopefully, like I said before, we need your feedback, so we need you to sort of always be feeding back into 4R People TV, because without you it's really not going to be successful. So please send in questions, anything like that to do with emotional health and well-being, and we'd be more than happy to answer them on this slot. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the first one today, which is called connect. And basically, as it says, connecting with each other. There's lots of ways that we can do that. We know that these days we have lots of social media. Okay, there's Facebook, YouTube, which we're on now, is an active, a brilliant way of connecting, WhatsApp. But what I really want to focus on is the face-to-face, everyday, old-style connecting. When you sit down and talk with somebody, you know, over a cup of tea or coffee, that's the kind of connecting that we're talking about, because that is proven to be very, very effective. We have lots of people, our seniors and elders, getting into age, who are very, very isolated. They're old, they're living in their communities, but they can't get out, so they don't have that contact with people, which is really, really helpful and good for well-being. So maybe what I'd like to encourage people to do, if you know you've got some elderly relatives or friends in your community, maybe why don't you just knock on their door, see if they're okay, number one, see if they're alright, and see if you can help them. Just have a little conversation with them, 5 minutes. You never know, you could brighten their day. So this is the kind of connecting that we're talking about, the old style, face-to-face, having a conversation with somebody, yeah? There's nothing wrong with Facebook, there's nothing wrong with YouTube, we're using it today, but we need to get back to our everyday conversations with people, because when we connect directly with people, it actually lifts our spirit, it lifts our well-being, it gives us a sense of joy, of happiness, and we were actually wired, we were built to communicate, we were built to talk to each other. So let's not forget the value of that, okay? Talking to each other, our youngsters, our elders, all the different age groups, we need to talk to each other, to encourage each other, to strengthen each other. So that's the first thing that I'm going to be asking you to do, maybe for next week. Just maybe find someone you haven't spoken to for a long time. Maybe send them a text, meet up for coffee, just see how they're getting on, yeah? Just let them know that you're out there and that you just want to connect with them. So we're going to be focusing on that. That's maybe the little thing I'm going to ask you to do this week. So find somebody to talk to, maybe someone you haven't spoken to for a very long time, yeah? Maybe an old school friend. You find their number in your phone, give them a call, send them a text, say, yeah, let's meet up, it's been too long, okay? You never know what could happen at that conversation, and re-strike up a really good friendship, and just be there to support each other. The other event that's coming up next week is World Mental Health Day, and that is on Wednesday the 10th of October. Now this is a really big deal. We want to highlight mental health. We all have it. Some of us have really good mental health, and some of us are going through situations and we're suffering at the moment. And the thing with mental health that makes it so difficult is that you can't see it, it's invisible, yeah? We go through things, emotional things on our own, and sometimes, not all the time, we keep these feelings inside, and that is not a good thing to do. So what we're going to be asking you to do again, I know I'm asking you lots of things to do, but I just want you to think about that, okay? Think about World Mental Health Day, Wednesday the 10th, but not just that day, but in general. One of the really big things I want to highlight is suicide in men, okay? And I'm going to read these statistics because they are important, so excuse me while I read these out, I don't want to get anything wrong. This data is from the Samaritans organisations. As we know, they're an incredible organisation and they do very important work. So the 2017 statistics for suicide in the UK, there were 6,213 deaths by suicide in the UK and the Republic of Ireland, and that's a massive number of people taking their own lives. And these are just the reported numbers, so there are clearly some unreported numbers as well. Just want you to think about that. You know, people are taking their lives, they're taking their own decisions into their own hands. They're not communicating, they're not speaking to people, they find it difficult. So, you know, that's a lot of people taking their own lives. In the UK, men are 3 times as likely to take their own lives as women as well. So it's not just a man thing, it's a female thing as well. It's suicide across the board. So, you know, we have this mentality sometimes that men are not supposed to show their emotions, they're not supposed to cry, they're not supposed to talk. We want to turn this completely on its head. It's ridiculous. People are actually losing their lives because of this attitude and this sort of macho image that men are supposed to have, and it's dangerous. It's actually killing people. It literally is killing people. It's killing our men, and we've got to put a stop to this. We need to start talking to each other. Okay, so the age range that suicide is affecting males in the UK is between the ages of 45 and 49. Now that is basically middle age, so this is men in the prime of their lives. You know, they are men, fathers, partners, uncles, grandfathers, brothers. You know, these are the men that we know. They're not strangers, they're people that we know, men that we know. So what I'm asking you to do is, if you do get the chance to ask one of the men or males in your life how they are, I'm going to ask you to ask them 3 times. Now, you're probably saying to me, why should I ask them 3 times? They're going to say that they're fine and I'll walk away, that'll be the end of the conversation. That's exactly the point. You need to ask a man 3 times, because the first time, the first response is going to be, I'm okay, I'm alright. And if you take that response, you'll never find out exactly what's going on. You ask them again, they'll say, yeah, I'm fine, it's okay. And when you ask them the 3rd time, they will probably understand that you are there and you really want to hear what's going on. And then there's an opportunity for them to actually tell you what's happening. So when you ask a man how he is, you can't just do it once. You need to ask them about 3 times and let them know that you really care. You want to find out what's happening, and then you'll be able to hopefully support them, maybe signpost them. One of the other things that I know that might be difficult for men, if they might not want to talk to a family member, they might not want to talk to a friend. So what I'm recommending is that you contact your GP. Your GP is an excellent source of support, and they will be able to recommend you or signpost you to a counsellor or a professional that will be able to talk to you on a one-to-one in private. But at least what we're getting you to do is to be able to talk to somebody about how you're feeling. Your feelings and emotions are important, and they need to be expressed. When we as men keep our feelings inside, it's dangerous, and as you've heard from the statistics, it can lead to suicide, people taking their own lives because they think they don't have a way out. But you do. We do have a way out, and that way out, the beginning of that is to be connecting, talking to each other. It's as simple as that. It can lead to really great support, really great success. So we really want to emphasize this, especially to the men, but not just the men, women as well. We know that they also, you know, suffer from this, but men are less likely to talk about their feelings because of this image that we have to be strong, we have to be shown to be the leaders, and not to show our emotions and not to cry and not to talk about how we're feeling. So we want to, through, you know, channels like For Our People TV, is turn this on its head. We want to get men to be open, to talk, to find that safe space, and we can create that safe space for each other by just giving each other a little bit of time, sitting down with a coffee, asking each other how we are, and really genuinely wanting to find out. So not let it be just like a passing phrase, okay? So let's support each other, let's help each other. That's all I've got for you now. There are lots of other more, you know, interesting people coming up on the channel, so please stay tuned. It's For Our People TV, and as it says, that's what it is. It's for our people. We need to use this medium to help and support each other and ourselves in the community. So just a quick reminder, next week Wednesday the 10th of October is World Mental Health Day. Please reach out and connect with each other, talk to each other, support each other, and hopefully I will see you next week. Take care, look after yourselves, and remember, always take your lunch break. See you soon.
and Import Limited. My wife is a co-shareholder, and we are very happy to be sponsoring and supporting Adrian Lane with the Yellow Butterfly Project. We came across her at a business conference in Bristol, sat next to her, started talking during the coffee break, and we immediately recognised that she's a force to be reckoned with, has great potential as a business person, but mainly has formed a fantastic idea to help the community, especially those underprivileged people who have learning difficulties, reading difficulties. And that is why we have decided to become involved with the project, and we are very, very happy to do so.
My name is Lorna. I'm the Chinese tutor, and I have the website called the Chinese Tuition. And I have been used these two products. One is called Voice Letter, and the other called Record and Learn during my lessons. And the Voice Letter I use for the little ones, about 2 to 3 years old. During the lesson, I give them the pronunciation and the tones. As you know, learning Chinese is very difficult. But after the lesson, and they don't have any choice or opportunity to correct their pronunciation, so I use Voice Letter to record what we learned during the lesson. So during between the next lesson, and then so they can play and listen, and the parents like it. 喝一点儿，拿2杯茶吧。什么茶？绿茶。So the students can play all the time until the next lesson, so they can get proper pronunciation and the tones. Thank you.